Bring me the sweat of Gabriela Sabatini. For I know it tastes just as pure as Malvern water, though laced with bright bubbles, like the aqua minerale that melted the kidney stones of Michelangelo as sunlight the snow in spring. Bring me the sweat of Gabriela Sabatini in a green Lycurgus cup with a sprig of mint, but add no sugar. The bitterness is what I want. If I crave sweetness, I would be asking you to bring me the tears of Annabel Croft. I never asked for the wristbands of Marina Bueno, though their periodic transit of her glowing forehead was like watching a bear's tongue lap nectar. I never asked for the blouse of Françoise Dure, who refused point blank to improve her soufflé serve for fear of overdeveloping her upper arm, which indeed remained delicate as a fawn's femur, as a fern's frond, under which cool shadows gather so that the dew lingers. Bring me the sweat of Gabriela Sabatini, and give me credit for having never before now cried out with longing. Though, for all the years since TV acquired color, to watch Wimbledon for even a single day has left me shaking with grief like an ex-smoker locked overnight in a cigar factory. Not once have I let loose as now I do, the parched howl of deprivation, the croak of need. Did I ever demand, as I might well have done, the socks of Tracy Austin? Did you ever hear me call for the cast-off pumas of Hannah Mandlikova? Think what might have been distilled from these things, and what a small request it would have seemed. It would not, after all, have been like asking for something so intimate as to arouse suspicion of mental derangement. I would not have been calling for Carling Bassett's knickers, or the tingling, Teddy Tingling B-cup brassiere of Andrea Temeshvari. Yet I denied myself. I have denied myself too long. If I had been Pat Cash at that great moment of triumph, I would have handed back the trophy, saying, "Take that thing away and don't let me see it again until it spills with what makes this lawn burst into flower. Bring me the sweat of Gabriela Sabatini." In the beginning, there was gorgeous Gussie Moran, and even when there was just her, it was tough enough. But by now, the top 100 boasts at least a dozen knockouts who make it difficult to keep one's tongue from lolling like a broken roller blind. Out of deference to Billie Jean, I did my best to control my male chauvinist urges, an objectivity made easier to achieve when Betty Stove came clumping out to play on a pair of what appeared to be the bionic legs borrowed from the $6 Million Man. I won't go so far as to say I harbor similar reservations about Steffi Graf. I merely note that her thigh muscles, when tense, look interchangeable with those of Boris Becker. Yet all are agreed that there can be no doubt about Martina Navratilova. Since she lent her body to Charles Atlas, the definition of the veins on her right forearm looks like the Mississippi River system photographed from the satellite. Though she may unleash a charming smile when crouching to dance at the ball with Evan Lendl, I've always found to admire her and yet remain detached has been no problem. But when the rain stops long enough for the true beauties to come out swinging under the outshone sun, the spectacle is hard for a man to take. And in the case of this supernally graceful dish, likened to a panther by slavering sports reporters who pitiably fail to realize that any panther with a topspin forehand line drive like hers would be managed personally by Mark McCormack himself, I'm obliged to admit defeat. So let me drink deep from the bitter cup. Take it to her between any 2 points of a tie-break that she may shake above it her thick black hair, a nocturne from which the droplets as they fall flash like shooting stars, and as their luster becomes liqueur, let the full calyx be repeatedly carried to me until I tell you to stop. Bring me the sweat of Gabriela Sabatini.